This is Danielle, the domestic scientist, and today I'm participating in the Summer Garden Tea Party Tablescape 2020. The hosts for this collaboration are Shangie, living life to the fullest, me, myself, and DIYing it, and Andrea Mason's The Queen's Court. I'll have a link to each of the host channels in my description box, as well as a link to the playlist. These ladies have done some wonderful work, so please be sure to check it out. I'm super excited to be sharing my first tea party with you guys. So I'm going to get started with my place setting. I have a Kate Spade placemat, a rose gold or pink charger from Hobby Lobby. I have a white dinner plate from Tuesday Morning and a green salad plate from Hobby Lobby as well. Now right here, I'm going to use the base to one of my bird cages to put on top of the salad plate, because what I'm trying to do is create a halo effect. What wound up happening was I bought a set of teacups and saucers, and when they arrived, they were significantly smaller than I anticipated, and honestly, like, my whole place setting just drowned it. And as you can see, that cup is really small. It's more of an espresso size. So I am supposed to share a tip as a part of my collaboration, and my tip is going to be, when purchasing your teacups online, be sure to look at the dimensions before you get started. However, if you find that you've already purchased teacups and they are too small, I would just recommend putting them on your place setting and surrounding them with other smaller saucers that will kind of amplify the size a little bit. The other thing is, I considered really just putting like some strawberries and whipped cream or something in them, and then just using them as like dessert shots. So that's something else you can do with a smaller teacup. So if I was actually having a party and I didn't want to put dessert in my teacups, then the other thing I would consider doing, instead of serving like one type of tea in one pot, I would turn it into a tea tasting similar to a wine tasting. And that way the smaller cups are more appropriate. And then if folks want more portions of a particular type of tea, you can serve it from your water glass. So that could be something else that you can do, and that would work especially well if you have iced tea varieties. So today's table is set for 4 people, and then I'm going to use the center of my table to really kind of put a food display area. Okay, so this is my Turkish platter I purchased from Home Goods, and I have a haul video on that. I liked it, but I could only find one, and I didn't really know what to do with it, but I just thought it was too cute and I didn't want to pass it up. To this, I'm going to use a smaller platter that I just found this week, and I'm going to just put it on top of that bigger platter to create my own 2-tiered tray. If I was serving lunch or having a tea party, I'd probably put mini cupcakes or mini quiches on those. Now, because I'm not actually serving food in my tablescape, I'm just going to use these glass cupcakes that I purchased from Home Goods also earlier this year, and I'm going to use those as food placeholders. You'll notice that I have 2 cake stands in the back on either side of my basket, and that's where I would put food. So now let's put it all together and see what we've created here. This tablescape is going to be a lot more whimsical than I would normally do. Here you can see I have this grass runner, and it's actually made of moss. It's a moss mat, and honestly I really don't like it because it sheds all over the place. So if I was going to do a grass look again for a table runner, I would just go with AstroTurf, and I think that would be a lot easier to work with and more durable down the road. I used a basket in the center of the table as my centerpiece because I love those flower boxes that everybody's doing, but because I wanted it to be a little bit more country, I did use a basket instead. And here you can see my cake stands, and I put 3 of those glass cupcakes per cake stand. But if I was actually serving guests, I would probably put some sandwiches in there or fruit or something to that effect. On this side, I do have I have this bird cage that I'm using as my centerpiece between the last two people, and I accented it with some colorful butterflies. I also used this bird cage with the two birds' nest in it in my Farmhouse Entryway video, and there'll be a link to that in the description box below. Now this cake stand that we're looking at, you can actually flip it and make it into like a fruit bowl. So that is something else I could do. I could serve sandwiches on one side and like a fruit salad on the other. So I do like the versatility of that. So now let's talk about my favorite part of this tablescape, and that is the centerpiece. I have an ombre basket of flowers, and kind of how I came up with this concept is that I had gone to several stores recently that had sales. Some of the pink and whites came from Joann's that was having 70% off. And then I got the pinks and the purple, the ones that look kind of like wildflowers. I got those at home, and they were on sale, I think 50% off as well. So a lot of these stems were less than $2 a piece. So I purchased a lot of stems, and I just had this huge bag or multiple bags of flowers, and I didn't know what to do with them. I had this little basket that I had previously kept magazines in, and I folded all the stems and just put them in this basket and put it in that big spot in my fireplace. If you haven't seen my living room tour, I'll put a link in the description box so you can check that out. So I was kind of storing them, and after a while I decided, you know what, I should just make a floral arrangement out of it. And so I did arrange them in kind of this ombre pattern, and I'm very happy with how it came out. And if you followed my channel for a little bit, you know I'm not the best with floral arrangement or centerpieces, so I thought this one was a much easier place to start, and I'm very happy with how it came out. I think this tablescape came whimsical just like I wanted it to, and I'm pretty happy with what I've created. But in the meantime, I'd like to hear from you. Leave a comment in the box below and let me know what you think of my summer garden tea party tablescape. Also, be reminded that there are playlist links in the description box. Other ladies have put together their own tea parties, and we should definitely check out and see what creative things they've come up with. Also, I want to take a moment to thank our 3 hosts. They do a fabulous job of getting all of the YouTubers together to create these fantastic tablescapes. They're super supportive of our channels and our channel development, and you should definitely take a moment to check out what they have to offer as well. This is Danielle, the Domestic Scientist. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.